What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to a vlog. In today's video, I thought I would do a little quick get ready with me for days when I just want a really natural, easy makeup look. And one of my favorite brands to help me achieve that look is actually Merit, and I'm super excited that today's video and this portion of today's video is in collaboration with them. I love Merit. I've been using them for years now. I'm going to go through all the products I love, apply them to my face, show you my day-to-day routine. I love Merit because, like I said, it gives you that very natural look, but the best part is that all of their products, like especially their minimalist stick, is made, well, not especially all of their products, but they're made with skin loving ingredients, so they're actually going to leave your skin looking better after you use it. They're very, very, very easy to use, but they're still buildable, and you can still get a very nice glowy, dewy, delicious look. So I'm going to kind of be doing a latte makeup look. I'm going to be doing my signature eye look, which I found 2 products which make it so easy. So I'm going to go in first with the Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. I love this product because it gives you like an instant glow and instant hydration. There are amazing skincare products in there, and then it also allows the products to just sit on your skin so beautifully. Look at that glow that it's giving your skin, but it doesn't feel greasy and it doesn't feel like a residue is on your skin. And I'm going in with the Minimalist Perfecting Complexion Stick. I don't want to call it a foundation. I don't want to call it a concealer. It has kind of like a medium buildable coverage, but the way I like using this, I have the shade Bisque, by the way, is I just go and apply it in areas where I feel like I need a little bit of coverage. So it's spring now, and as the weather gets warmer, oh, by the way, I'm also going in with the foundation little complexion brush. It is so good. It blends everything out so easily. So as we're going into the warmer months, I like wearing a little bit less product, and this really just helps even out your skin tone and gives you a really nice, like very natural skin-like finish on your skin. You can see it blends so easily, especially with that serum underneath. So once I've evened out my skin tone, I do like going in with a little bit extra. I just actually pick it up on my finger and put it right under my eyes to really cover up my dark circles. We're gonna add some color, some bronziness back to our face. I have been obsessed with this contour stick. This is the contour stick or the bronzing stick I use on days where I'm going for a more natural look, because it's more of a balm, so it's gonna just give you like a veil of color. It's not gonna be so intense. I use the shade Sen, and I'm gonna go in and just apply some. You can see here it's like a really nice natural texture. It has those fatty acids in it, so it's going to be very hydrating, just like the minimalist stick we just used. I apply some there, and then I even go in on my cheeks to add some bronziness, a little bit on my nose, jaw, and then I'm going to go in with the same brush that I used to blend in my foundation, and you can see just how easily it blends together. This gives you like a really natural, I was just sitting in the sun kind of look. It really doesn't look like there's a bunch of product sitting on your skin. So for every day, I don't fill in my whole brow. I do go in with a little brow pomade. I have the shade Brown, and this just adds a little bit of color and a little bit of shape to your brows. Okay, now moving on to my favorite part and my favorite discovery. These are their Solo Shadows. So I've used these before in the past, but specifically these colors are going to give you the perfect eye look. So we have here Vachetta, which is like the perfect neutrally brown shade. I use this actually like all over my face, I'll show you. And then we have Brun, which is a dark brown, which we use as like a smoky liner. And the magic is all brought together by this little brush number 2. You can see there's the fluffy side, and then the side we use for the liner. I start by picking up Vachetta on the fluffy brush and kind of just put it all over my crease, and then begin blending it up into, did I say crease? I meant lid. And then begin blending it up all into my crease, kind of fanning it out to create a more of like a cat eye effect. The product also sets, so make sure that you blend it relatively quickly once you put it down. I love that this product has like antioxidant rich ingredients and peptides to actually smooth the fine lines around your eyes. And because it sets down, these shadows are extremely long wearing, which brings me to the next color, which is Brun, which we're going to use as an eyeliner. And like I said, because it sets down, it really is a great liner. So I just pick a little bit up on this small side of the brush, and then I start by smudging it along the outer corner of my eye, maybe the outer third, and then with whatever is extra, I just drag it up and create the perfect little smudgy wing. And then I take my nail to kind of clean up the bottom edge, and you have, look at that, it was so easy. And then you can even just connect it and smudge it out a little bit more like that. That literally took 1 second, and you have a very natural little wing for every day. A little bit of this depending on your brow color, and I actually just like filling in the tail of my brow. And then you can even do the inner corner part of your eye. Okay, then I'm going to go in as a little bit of a lip contour. I'm going to go in with this color again. I just wiped off the little part of the brush and pick up some color and go along the outer portion of my lip to just add a little contour, and it's kind of going to act as my liner also. So the whole no mascara look is very in right now, so you can leave it here. It looks very natural. It doesn't look weird without mascara, but I'm going to go in with their tubing mascara. It's a lengthening mascara, which, trust me, like, look, you can see it really lengthens, but it's not clumpy at all. And I love that there's ingredients in it that really nourish your lashes while you wear it. And because it is a tubing mascara, it really is so easy to take off. I'm feeling like I need a little bit more bronziness, so I'm just going to add a tiny little bit more to my cheeks. And then to just finish off my look, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a lip oil. Their lip oils are some of my favorite. They have so many amazing ingredients like omega 3, 6, and 9, rosehip oil. So I like these two shades. This is Au Naturel, but I think I'm going to go with just a clear one today in the shade Bel Air. And it's a super high shine lip oil. And lastly, I'm going to finish off with their new shade in their Day Glow highlighter. I have the like pearly clearish one, which I love because it really gives you like a very glowy glow. It's not like chunky glow. It looks like you're glowing from within, but this shade is so amazing. You can either, I'm going to actually just go in with the same brush. You can just apply it on your face, but I like picking a little bit up on my brush and actually just going on top of where I put my bronzer, and it adds, you can see that glow, the nicest amount of glow, the nicest amount of bronziness. And for the summer, this is perfect. It has so many hydrating ingredients. This color really complements deeper skin tones, but really works so beautifully on everyone. And even in the summertime, to add a little bit, you can see on your collarbone, it adds the perfect amount of like bronzy glowiness. And even adding a little bit on my nose, this really makes you look like you were out bronzing in the sunshine. This is in the shade Solstice. So to make it super easy for you to shop all of my favorites on Merit, I've actually created my own favorite set with them, which I'm so excited about. Anytime you order for them for your first time purchase, you get this bag, which is like their signature bag. It is so cute. And in my signature set, if you want to shop it, you can save up to $30 USD when you shop my favorites. And in my set, you get the minimalist complexion stick, you get the bronze bomb, you have my all-time favorite brush. This is brush number 1. You get a solo shadow. This will change your life, I promise. You get brush number 2, you get the Day Glow stick, and you get the Shade Slick lip oil. I also have my own glow set, which you get a flush bomb. My favorite shade is Stockholm. I love a cool tone pink. Then you get the Day Glow highlighter, you get the Shade Slick lip oil, and you also get a signature lipstick. You can get all these products for $96 USD when originally they're $112. Look at that glow on my face, how even my skin tone looks. It still looks really natural. This is perfect for every day, if you're on vacation, whenever you want to look snatched and bronzy and glowy, but not super heavy, and using amazing products. Once again, thank you, Merit, for collaborating with me on this video, and of course, I will leave all of my sets linked down below.
What's so funny?
So since all of you have so many questions whenever I ask you to ask me questions about Ethan, I thought I would invite him to answer some questions, so we're gonna get to that. But before we do that, I thought he can show you how to make his special Negroni recipe, because I posted about it and a lot of you guys wanted his recipe.
Here I am, I'm gonna disclose my secrets, which I've never done before, but I think it's worth it.
Honestly, I never liked Negronis until I had his Negroni.
What's great about a Negroni, very easy to make, not expensive, and you could do it in a few minutes. The 3 ingredients that you need: gin. My personal favorite is the Tanqueray London Dry Gin. There's no added flavors, so it's just a good base as a gin for any cocktail. Secondly, we're gonna you need a Campari. You can't go wrong with this. The most common one, the super good starter one, not too complicated, not too expensive.
Would you say you could make, what would happen if you substituted the Campari for Aperol? Would it be a disaster?
It wouldn't be a disaster. what's good about the Negroni is that there's a lot of different variations that you can make that we can get to later.
Wait, maybe if we make another one, we can make the one with Prosecco in it.
We're gonna get to all the different variations.
Okay.
Right now we're gonna start off just with the basic
We're
Negroni.
gonna be drunk by the end of tonight.
And the last ingredient that you need some red vermouth, also the most common one. You have Cinzano.
So when I first tried it, I really hated it. It's a quite bitter drink, but I feel like I didn't hate it as much because I do love Aperol spritzes. Way more intense, way more bitter than an Aperol spritz, I would say.
Well, you have a few different things going on. You have the gin, which is a pretty, it's a pretty serious alcohol. Then you have the Campari, which is bitter, and you have the vermouth, which is sweet. So this is a cocktail that you're not gonna wanna shake, you're gonna wanna stir it. You're gonna wanna put all the alcohol in beforehand, and then you're gonna put your ice, and then you're gonna stir it. So the least amount of time that your ice is in it is the best, because you're gonna be able to get it cold and not dilute it. Ideally, for this kind of drink, you want a big piece of ice. It's gonna melt slower.
You know, I saw this thing they have on Amazon where you make it's like a big block of ice and it's clear.
Yeah.
Like clear.
Also, I heard that if you freeze boiling water, it turns into clear ice. Why? I don't know. So first, like I said, very easy drink to prepare for and very easy drink to make also. It's 1 ounce vermouth, 1 ounce Campari, and 1 ounce gin. Alright, so we put 1 ounce of Campari. We're gonna put the 2nd ounce of Campari.
But you're not filling it to the top, does that matter?
No, the closest that you can get. I don't want to make a mess on your counter.
Oh, yeah, this is what I taste.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't like Negronis, but I find them the easiest to drink now. And it's straight alcohol, so if you're trying to get a little...
If you're trying to get a little buzz, it's a perfect drink.
After one, I feel... Do you still feel it after one, or it takes more than one?
No, yeah, you still feel it.
No, you feel it. But it's the perfect amount. I think if my sister drank that, one, she would be throwing up.
I think she'd be on the floor.
Yeah, she'd be on the floor.
She wouldn't know what's going on. Now we have the vermouth. 2.
Can I smell that?
Yeah.
Interesting. And you stir it.
You stir it. You just want to go around the edge, basically the circumference of the mixing glass. I've seen people mix it front and backward, side to side. You would think it's common.
Well, they're an amateur.
In the glass, and once it's poured in, then you put the ice, giving the ice the least amount of time possible to melt and dilute in your glass, especially if you have small ice cubes. Now, in most cases, you would be done.
You can even take a little orange. Whoop.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much all websites that you look at online for a Negroni recipe, you're gonna be done here. Now, what I like to do, my special touch to this, which are Angostura bitters, liquor stores.
I got them at the grocery store.
So what these are a blend of orange and herbs, but they're very concentrated.
Can we taste it first without it? And
Yeah.
then add it?
100%. Okay, cheers.
Cheers. Still very good.
Still very good.
What does it taste like alone?
You're not really supposed to have it alone. It's just gonna taste very...
No, it tastes good.
Well, we're gonna put 1 drop, 1 drop. Okay, now let's see the difference. Cheers.
Sure. Much better. It
Right
adds
off the bat.
Like a depth of flavor.
Yeah,
I find that
100%.
sometimes when you get it at a restaurant, it can taste a little bit fishy. I don't know why. Sometimes it feels a little incomplete, kind of like an aquarium. Have you ever tasted that?
I never tasted an aquarium per se.
Okay. Yeah, get comfy.
Now that we have our Negronis, we're ready to answer questions.
Okay. Everyone wants to know, where is your...
Where's my what?
Where's your accent from?
Where's my accent from? A lot of people think that English isn't my first language.
So did I, by the way. On our first date, I remember asking you, English isn't your first language, right?
Yeah.
Also, on our first date, I also didn't know how to say his name.
So my name is Ethan.
Spelled E-I-T-A-N, but my dad still can't say his name, so he calls him E.
I'm born and raised in Montreal. English is my first language. My mom is from Montreal. My dad is from Morocco, from Casablanca. He moved to Montreal when he was 18. You know, he has a bit of an accent when he speaks English, kind of like me.
I feel like you have more of an accent than him. He has more of a French accent. You have this
I have like an exotic accent.
Yeah. Moving on. Who says sorry in an argument?
Well,
because a lot of people actually ask about how we argue, and I feel like we argue very well. Like, you're a very good arguer.
you can't lose your calm, or you can't lose sight in an argument, right? You have to stay on the argument. What tends to happen is that people get into an argument about topic A, and then it becomes escalates, and it becomes like a ball of pent-up frustration. So you start bringing up stuff from 6 months ago, from a year ago.
I feel like people will hold things inside, and then when they're on the topic and they're already talking, they're like, and also this, and this.
That's
like,
it.
I feel like we just say it right away.
You say it right away. You can't get personal.
What do you mean you can't get personal? Like, attack? You can't attack?
You can't start attacking the person. If you're gonna argue, you have to stay on topic, meaning don't go to personal insults. What's the purpose of an argument? Is an argument just to argue and to get mad at each other, or do you actually want to find a solution? And we're both pretty pragmatic people. If we're gonna argue about something, there has to be a reason why we're arguing, and there has to be a solution at the end.
And another thing he does that I appreciate is, like, if I bring something up, even if you think it's crazy, you don't ever like call me crazy. Like, you listen.
No, I acknowledge that crazy to one person is not crazy to another person. So assess the situation.
Remember that time that I was being really crazy? Like, I was being really crazy. There was one time I was being very crazy.
Okay.
And you still like didn't make me feel crazy.
Because what's that going to accomplish?
But I have to say, like, neither of us do things in a relationship that would necessarily like cause a big argument. You know what I think we're really good at? Like, if you tell me something bothers you, I just don't do it again. If someone doesn't know something is gonna bother you, not being like cheating or like, you know, something like that. If they express something to you, then don't do it. And then there won't be an argument.
Yeah.
We're also not like unreasonable.
So that's it. You have to be, you know, reasonable, and at the same time, different things make different people tick in relationships, in friendships, and whatever.
When I argue or if I'm upset, I don't really talk. Like, I get quiet and I can't explain myself, and you're good at like talking things out.
Yes, at this point, I kind of realize when you're more quiet than usual.
Yeah, and I can tell also when you're upset.
I kind of wear my heart on my sleeve, so to speak.
No,
so
you
can.
Don't.
No, but
no, because he won't openly say like, "Oh, Tony, you did this and I didn't like it." I have to be like, "Are you okay?" And then he'll be like, "Well," and then he'll tell me. Like, you don't openly say.
No, I don't openly say, but I feel like you can tell by my facial expressions what I'm feeling.
I can tell by also like how you respond, or like if we're texting and he doesn't like initiate, like ask a question back, I'll be like,
yeah,
something's wrong.
Something is wrong.
But sometimes I'll think something's wrong and you say no. Anyways, we argue very well. We don't have many arguments. We've never had an argument last more than like 20 minutes.
That's true.
We've also never not spoken to each other for like hours if we're mad.
That's true. At the end of the day, also what impairs people from the sorry thing is a bit of an ego thing. So even if you're wrong, you refuse to say sorry. If I do something that I don't realize is wrong and she gets mad, and when she explains it, I kind of understand, I have no problem saying I'm sorry. And I feel like it's vice versa.
I think issues really only arise when you keep doing something that you know the other person doesn't like. You're just like asking for a fight.
You're asking for a fight, and where a lot of these things stem is people doing stuff and they don't consider what would happen if it was done vice versa. That
actually did change a lot of my opinion. Not a lot, because like not that I ever did anything, but like I would do things that like I would think were so whatever, but then if the roles were reversed, I'd be like, it would be an issue. It would be an issue. Yeah.
So you just need to be cognizant of that, and you just need to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Which I think is very important.
All right, moving on. What are each other's love languages and your biggest pet peeve about each other?
Me and love language, I don't know anything about this.
So his love language is definitely physical touch.
Okay. Is that good or bad? Or it's just a fact?
So there's physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, gift giving, and
acts of service.
Acts of service.
I don't know anything about this.
So yours are, I would say, you typically have like two. So yours
I would say
definitely
service. Really?
Acts of service. What do I do for you?
Oh, that you do for me.
Yeah.
I thought I show you my love by doing services.
That's part two. Okay, so how do you show love? You do services, yeah.
Yeah.
And
physically touch.
Physically touch. Like, he's a big physical touch person. That's something I had to get used to. What are my love languages? Let's see if he's learned.
Words of love, words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Quality time.
Yeah, you do know it.
I don't know anything about this.
Or were you just like saying the
No, I knew it.
Okay.
I knew it. I'm one of the worst texters I know. I'm not very mushy. I'm not one to send good mornings and good nights.
A little backstory from
Okay.
my POV.
Okay.
You were very like guarded for like the first at least like 8 months. 9 year. Compared then to what we are now, like how you act now, it's very different.
It's different.
You were like an egg. I had to crack.
Wait. It's different because also I pay attention to what you like. And I would be silly to, continue this as long as it's been without modifying not yourself, but the things that you do towards the person that you're with. Knowing that she loves getting good morning texts, I make sure that every morning I have to text her good morning.
And I appreciate there's not a morning that goes by that I don't appreciate your good morning text. And honestly, knowing that it's not like something that he's like used to and he does it anyways makes it even more special.
Yeah, it's the day-to-day, the mundane stuff. Do you text them good morning? Do you
plan little things?
Do you plan little dates?
Do you want to tell them about the date that you planned last week?
Wasn't an anniversary, wasn't a birthday, but I'm always looking for stuff that we can do. I saw on my Instagram this cute little candlelight concert. So they had Hans Zimmer, they had Ludovico Einaudi. So these are two great composers. They had Adele.
Thank God you didn't pick that. I would have no clue.
I love Coldplay.
But you love Coldplay.
Well, Coldplay is a band.
I've never heard you like Coldplay. But I guess I also do love Coldplay too.
But you just never listened to them.
Yeah.
Before that, we went for dinner. Boca Iberica, it's in Montreal. She still doesn't know where we're going. We show up to this random theater, pitch black, with maybe 300 candles.
Yeah, and you can also do that, like, if you can't afford to go out for dinner every week or whatever, you can also do it at home.
Doesn't matter. You tell them, don't be busy, we're going somewhere. You take them in the car, you go for a picnic. Or you go, it doesn't matter. It's not the monetary value. That's what people don't understand.
It's like thinking, wow, he took the time, he thought about me, he planned this. What would you say to girls who have a boyfriend who have just gone given up and stopped putting effort?
Girls should not expect less from their men. If the man is sitting at home being a potato, you should not kind of accept that. Now, do you have to go on dates 7 nights a week and it's going to cost $3,000 a week and, absolutely not. But there's no reason for you to accept not being taken out, not being spoiled in whatever way.
Is it just a lost cause? Like you can't make a guy do that. The guy has to want to do it.
He has to want to do it, but there's also girls that are putting up with guys not doing it.
Do you think they're lazy? Like, what is it?
If you go back maybe 20 or 30 or 40 years, it was the normal. So it's not that I'm special, it's that they're special in not doing it. I'm doing what men have always done. It kind of needs to come from within, and we have a generation of pretty lazy guys when it comes to relationship-wise.
That's true. Okay, let's move on to another question because you got very sidetracked.
Okay.
There. What initially attracted you to Tony?
Okay, so that's a very easy question. I was a little bit worried, well, other than physical beauty, because physical beauty means a lot. She's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. But then after that, once you've seen all the physical beauty and once you've seen everything that you had to see, I have to be honest, I was very shocked at how down to earth she was, at how knowledgeable she was. I didn't really know what I was expecting.
Okay, so a little backstory, how we met. I followed him on Instagram because he was on my explore page. A picture of him, his brother, and his mom in Italy. And I never do this, but I follow like 200 people on Instagram, but I followed him because I saw we had mutual people in common and you were from Montreal and you were cute.
I didn't really know what to expect because I saw a girl building her house, which we're in now, Walmart hauls and different Amazon hauls, and people that spend a lot of time on social media, they tend to get a bit consumed by social media. It's just this day and age. It's just not me. It's not saying that it's bad or good. It's just not me. So I didn't really know what to expect. And so I meet this super attractive, charming young lady who's older than me.
And where did we meet?
We met at my birthday.
He invited me to his birthday. I went on his 24th birthday. Yeah, his whole family was there. That was really bold of you.
The night went very well. We got along, we were talking, we were laughing.
Can you believe I texted you first the next day?
I don't remember that. I took her out on a second date. The first one that was one-on-one. We went to this little speakeasy, which probably wouldn't go back to, but it was cute at the time. We were having drinks, all of a sudden this lady interrupts us. She goes, are you guys on your first date? I go, yeah.
Like, now thinking back, were we like really awkward and weird? And
you know what? Not even awkward and weird.
Maybe because we weren't on our phones. But we're never on our phones, like even now.
People nowadays, I swear, go to a restaurant, go to a bar, not even groups, but just couples that they're both on their phones, always looking at each other. At that point, what's the point of going out? Now, I understand if you have to answer you have to answer the babysitter quickly, and the other person takes that chance to answer an email, whatever, it doesn't matter. So when we told her, yes, we're on our first date, she goes, well, I bet with my buddies back there that, if you guys are on your first day, we have to buy you a drink. So they bought us a drink, and that was that. I guess it was pretty obvious that we were fresh.
I guess, yeah. We haven't got that since, so.
We haven't got that since.
Someone said, I think my boyfriend is cheating and treats me horrible. Tips on leaving.
Cheating or not,
Yeah.
you shouldn't stay with somebody that treats you horrible. Now, if he's cheating, that's the cherry on the cake, in the least bad way possible.
Do you face criticism from family as an interreligional couple? My boyfriend is Jewish, I'm not, and we do.
Every family is different. It depends what the future is like. Which religion would you guys move forward with? Which family takes the religion more seriously? Do they both take it equally seriously? Then you might have an issue. From my personal experience, no, I haven't had any criticisms.
I do think maybe some families wouldn't be so open to accepting someone just kind of converted.
1,000%. 1,000%. Can't really speak to that. I can just speak to my own experience. And no, Tony is a very accepting person, an open person, and she's very open to all these different types of stuff.
I do think if you are dating someone who is like of a different religion, you have to look at how important it is, and then right away realize like if you're willing to.
And then you assess situation by situation.
But criticism, I don't know. We didn't.
No, at all.
How do you guys not lose spark in the relationship?
So that goes back to what we were explaining earlier. It's not the big dinner that you do once a year that's going to rekindle a spark. It's the small little stuff that you do daily or weekly. I'm lucky that I can go in and out of the office kind of when I want. If I don't have any appointments that morning and I know that she's working her shift on Friday, then I can surprise her and bring her a coffee from Starbucks. What I see a lot is the guy surprising the girl or doing stuff for the girl. And the girl kind of just sits back and expects it and doesn't do anything.
Guys want to be spoiled too.
Guys want to be spoiled too, and it does not matter. I can't emphasize this enough. It's not a monetary or financial thing.
I also think that it has a lot to do with how you maintain. This might sound bad, but how you maintain yourself in a relationship.
1,000%.
If you let yourself go, which I know happens, it's easy to happen, especially once you have kids. But I'm talking about people who don't have kids, don't have all of that stuff, who just don't feel like they don't have to try anymore because they're in a relationship. I feel like you have to try even more.
1,000%, because people have the mindset that they're gonna look good, and then once they lock somebody down, they could not look as good. Don't you want to look even better for them? Unfortunately, that kills a lot of the spark in relationships.
All day I was power washing my driveway, but I still got ready before he came over. Not that I feel like I have to, but I don't want you to come. I still want to look good. So that's how not to lose the spark. Do you have anything else to add?
No, just small steps.
I'm just trying to find the next question.
No problem.
Is there anything you would change about me?
Is there anything I would change about you?
Because that actually went back. We actually missed a part of the second question about pet peeves. So do I do anything about a pet peeve? I like that he has to think so hard.
I feel like you do, but
I do.
No, it's not an insult. I feel like you do, but I cannot think of it right now. So maybe you don't.
But have I ever done anything that you're oh, I want to kill her?
I don't think so.
Like even when I bother you about like not answering my text?
No, but I like that because that shows that you care. I would be worried if I cannot answer you for 2 days and you're like, oh, you didn't answer me? I didn't even realize. Then I would be worried.
Well, think about it while I tell them my pet peeve.
This is gonna be a long.
No. My only pet peeve, okay, is that sometimes when I text him, if I text him like 4 things, he only responds to the last thing I text him. So now I only text him, I have to wait until he texts. He responds, text something else, and then because I don't know, like, do you read them? Do you read all of them?
Yes, of course I read all of them.
Like, which do I care about the most?
Yes.
Okay, but I do text like a lot of things. Like I'll be having like 5 different conversations with him at one time.
That's true. Yes, but you know, if you text me 4 or 5 different messages. The first message is I made very good salmon burgers, and the last one is big gossip.
You're gonna answer the last
then
one.
I will answer the gossip, and I'm gonna forget about those burgers.
I've never made a salmon burger in my life, so I don't know who you're talking to. It's not me. One of the questions we get asked a lot, I get asked a lot, more so in like my girl talk Q&A, but I've seen it many times.
I don't get asked that all that much.
Is how often we have sex. A lot of like, is it enough? Like my boyfriend and I only have sex like once a month. Is it enough? So I feel like there's a lot of pressure to have sex all the time in a relationship, which works for some people. Like unless you both want to be having sex all the time, that's like one of you are going to be like,
one of you is not going to be so into it.
not so into it. So I often feel like it's the man always wanting to have sex. And the woman is like, no.
Yeah, why is that?
And I can tell you why. Most of the time, some people do like just like don't ever want to have sex. But I mean, I've only ever been with you. But from what I can assume is that the other person is not acting in a way that would make you want to have sex with them. For men, I feel like, okay, yeah, we can, you know, get into playtime and then you can get excited about it. But women, it's not like that. You're more likely to get like in the mood based on like how they act before.
Yeah, and how they act every day. I think they will get turned on if they see, you know, a motivated guy, somebody that doesn't stay home in his pajamas, somebody that goes out, that hustles, that tries to provide for his girl or for his family.
Or even around the house.
Or even around the house.
Yeah.
You can help her out around the house, take initiative.
Yeah, because why would she want to like cook dinner, take care of the kids, put the kids to bed, do the laundry, put the trash out, while he's sitting, like, you think she's going to want to have sex with you?
Well, if anything, a woman would be much more turned on if you tell her, babe,
I've got it.
I got it, sit down.
I feel like a lot of girls think they don't have any libido, but I think it's the other person's fault. I honestly do. It's more so like I'm attracted to him, not like, you know, I'm just like dying, like in the mood, you know? Like obviously there's times like that also, but it's more so like a connection. And how do you feel about when people say like they schedule their sex?
You have to do what works for you. And if you tell your husband, baby, Tuesday and Thursday or Tuesday and Friday is going down, and that works for you guys, then perfect.
Okay, I'm sitting here editing this with Leonard, and I realized that we never actually even answered the question. To answer the question, probably 2 to 3 times a week. It's a very low pressure situation, which I totally appreciate. In the past, I would be like nagged every single day, and I would feel like I was constantly saying no all the time, and I felt like, not that I felt bad, because you shouldn't, if you don't feel like doing that, like, do not feel bad. It doesn't feel good constantly saying no, and I'm sure for your partner it doesn't feel good constantly having to ask and say no. And if I'm being honest, even just asking me like, do you want to have sex, is such an unattractive thing. I would much rather you set the mood or do something nice, or, you know, like instigate that in other ways. Because if you're just like, you want to go have sex, it's like, no. I feel like that goes both ways. Like maybe if you're having trouble with your partner and they're constantly asking you, say like, maybe you can try, you know, running me a bath or giving me a massage or kissing my neck, like starting something in a way that is a little bit more romantic. If you're someone who is constantly asking, I know that's not a good feeling, but maybe try instigating in a way that is not so direct. But yeah, I would say like 2 or 3 times a week, and that's what works for us. But If you want to have sex every day, that is your prerogative. How you do your finances as a couple? It's very simple. You don't let me pay for anything. Very simple.
That's actually the biggest lie ever. So I like to pay for stuff. I like when we go out that I cover it.
He'll pay for 99% of the dinners that we go to. I have to like force him to let me pay for something, but then I'll pay for like lunch the next day.
I appreciate that she always tries and that she gets mad at me if ever I try to, you know, take care of the bill too much. But at the same time, it's whatever works for you, you know.
Yeah, but we don't live together. Oh, the camera's about to die, so we better wrap it up. That was our Q&A. It went on a little bit longer than I was anticipating.
Sorry for the rambles.
If you want us to do this again, you can let us know, and we will film you another one.
Enjoy the Negronis.
Enjoy the Negronis, and we will see you in. Well, I'll see you in the next video.
I'll see you next year.
Oh, that was
All right,